we're still rolling, so whenever you're ready.
Right. Today I'd like to share with you one of my favorite reads of all time. Perhaps you've heard of it. It's called The Constitution of the United States of America. It's a great read, really. You should give it a try if you have the time, or not. It's only extremely important to your everyday life. Now, some people tend to find this a little bit dense. I think that's only because they are. I actually find it to be quite clear, quite logical, quite thought out, rather enjoyable. Yeah, I must say. Let's dive right in, shall we? Now, one thing in particular about this document that tends to be very controversial is the Second Amendment. So what I'd like to do is just go ahead and read it for you, and then we'll do a little brief analysis. How does that sound? Fantastic. All right, here we go. The Second Amendment, everybody. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Okay, first thing here, first thing. The founding fathers were definitely goading us here, okay? Because you don't put 3 commas in one sentence unless you're intentionally trying to goad someone. That's obvious. That's pretty clear. But let's take a closer look now, shall we? Let's take a look at the terms regulated and militia, okay? A regulation, right, is a rule of order having the force of law behind it that is authorized by a superior power that is the federal government. So pretty serious. That sounds pretty serious, right? Now let's look at militia, shall we? Right? Militia is a military force that's raised from the civilian population to supplement the regular army in times of an emergency. Okay, an emergency, right? So those two things, what they don't mean is that you just get to walk around with an AK-47 because you feel like it. All right, that's not at all what that is. Okay, a militia is not like a club. It's not a hangout to go show off, your guns and stuff. That's not at all what that is. Now, for argument's sake, let's just say that you want to ignore all that because you're an asshole, and say, no, that's exactly what it means, and we can't take it out, and we can't change it, and everything in there is solid. Okay, let me read for you something else, and then we can see how we all feel about that, shall we? Let's take a look at Article 1, Section 2. All right, here we go. Representatives and direct taxes shall be apportioned among the several states which may be included within this union according to their respective numbers, which shall be determined by adding the whole number of free persons, including those bound to a service for a term of years, and excluding Indians not taxed, 3/5 of all other persons. All other persons, those were slaves. Those were black people at the time, okay? So don't sit there and tell me that the founding fathers got everything right on the first try, because clearly they didn't, because that shit's messed up. So you know what we did to eradicate that? Wrote the 14th Amendment, which eliminated that clause, because like, no, slavery is bad. We should fix that. Yeah. You know what the founding fathers did write in this document, though? They said this shit's amendable. Yeah, they said you can change this if necessary, because as fucked up as certain things were, they still had the foresight to be like, yeah, the laws and the rules that we're writing now may not even be applicable to future times. That things may not hold up over large amounts of time, which is something that certain people in this country just can't seem to wrap their heads around. Anyway, let's move on from the Second Amendment, though, shall we? I feel like the Second Amendment always gets all the attention. Let's take a look at the Eighth Amendment, shall we? That's an exciting one. Yeah. Here we go. Let's see. Eighth Amendment. Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel or unusual punishments inflicted. Okay, the only thing I have to say about this is, how is death not a cruel punishment? Anyway, gonna leave it at that. You think on that, okay? Great. Moving on. Let's now take a look at Article 6, Section 2. Here we go. The senators and representatives before mentioned, and the members of the several state legislatures, and all executives and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution, but no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. So, whenever somebody tells you that the separation of church and state is not clearly laid out in the Constitution, they're an idiot because it's right there. Okay, and you know what strikes me a little funny about this is that all except two presidents in our history, when taking the oath for the president, um, have sworn on a Bible. So if that's not like just a gross overlook of the separation of church and state, I don't know what is. I don't know. Um, yeah, apparently only two presidents were like, nah, maybe we should swear it on a book of law. That makes a lot more sense to me. I have an idea though, crazy idea. Why not just have every president swear it on this? That makes a lot of sense. I mean, this is what they're swearing to protect and defend. I feel like that was a big missed opportunity. Don't know how that one passed us by. But anyway, yeah, so these are just some thoughts. Think about them. If you have any questions, don't ask me because I won't answer them. But yeah, all right. I'll see you around. Probably not. Okay.
So, so you're just gonna sit there? I mean, we're done. So
No, I'm good. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.